Hi, my name is Sarah Bentley Pearson, and I am excited to share my podcast, which features wonderful talent that I've been so lucky to discover in the Southeast. This was born out of a list that I created in 2015 called Sarah's List. And through my work in real estate, which I've been doing since 2005, and styling work, and just my personal life and my personal interests, I've been able to meet so many wonderful people, and I'm excited to share them with you. So Jennifer, thank you so much for coming. I've watched you over the years just evolve into this true like heavy hitter of a person. It's been like marvelous to watch. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you walked in to the studio or our conference room where we filmed this today with the David Yarrow book, and I discovered David Yarrow's work in Aspen. And you let me know that you're going to be carrying his work.
Yes. So we're really excited. It's something I've been working on for a really long time. And I too met him in Aspen and was enthralled with the works. And so we currently have 5 large scale pieces on view, and we are now repping him in the South. So we're really, really excited to bring him to Atlanta.
Are you the only gallery in the South?
The only gallery in Georgia that will feature him.
Mm.
So
What other states is he in? Is he like in Miami and Texas?
primarily in London,
Oh,
mega galleries and museums throughout the world, but Aspen, Vale, he's been doing really well recently in Arizona, and I'm blanking on exactly where, Scottsdale.
mm-hmm.
So that's new for him, and Atlanta.
Well, his work is beautiful and it has old world sort of quality look to it. Who was it? The artist that was saying that
Oh, the Ansel
Ansel
Adams.
Adams. I mean, he has that Ansel Adams look, but then he pops in dogs and supermodels and just really something super sexy about his work.
Absolutely. Well, that secretly is what drawn me to the
Mm-hmm.
work, because I kind of like sexy and models and the saloon, the production that he's doing with the storytelling there. So I can't lie, that's what drew me to his work. But when I learned deeper, the wildlife that he has shot is insane.
Right, and that comes through the quality. I went to school for photography and love photography and I collect it, and there's something just that is so high level of quality and of clear understanding of how to do photographs that you don't see a lot. Does he use an old-fashioned viewfinder camera?
Not certain of the equipment, but I do know that every shot has been very well executed and planned out. I don't know that he's the type that just goes around shooting it. These are like hours and hours of hard work and labor and tons of people involved.
Yeah, that comes through. Yeah, I was saying that I loved his work, and then I saw the price tag, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm there yet," but I love it, and I'm glad to see that other than Anna Jackson Fine Art, who really has been on the forefront of that like that level of photography. It's so nice to see
We're really
more
excited.
art. What we've had Faye Gold here.
Yes, she's my idol.
Yeah, she's everybody's idol. I mean, she sat here. What did she say? She's 90? I mean, it's
She's
ridiculous.
fabulous. She's
Nails,
working so hard.
yeah,
She
nails are
looks beautiful.
flawless. Hands are beautiful. Hair done. You can't even really set she's ageless.
It's whatever she's doing, I'm following.
I think what she's doing, which I've been really paying attention to since I was in my late 30s, early 40s, are women that are happy.
Yes.
And what makes a happy woman is to have a passion.
True.
Growing up in the 70s and 80s when I was growing up, it was the tail end of that message, but it was you could see the evolution of a woman and how she's sort of, with Julia Childs and all that kind of stuff, kind of fighting for her own identity. But my mother still was very conflicted on being a good wife, like doing everything to be a certain way, but there's no happiness in that, you know, doing only for others. So
Yeah,
it's so,
I would strive to be a good wife. But one of the things we pride ourselves is I've never had any backing. I've never had the help of a father or a husband or a man or a bank. So we're a
really.
debt-free, women-owned business who started with a laughable shoestring budget.
Well, and you
So
worked with Kelly Anthony, who is a real force to be reckoned with. I want to get her on the show as well. Very well known interior designer that works all over the United States. She may even work outside of the United States. I don't
she
know.
does.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Badass businesswoman.
Yeah.
The best style, architect, design, the whole. I mean, she's the whole package.
She is the whole package.
So
Yeah.
I've
And
been blessed to work under some really cool people, Atlanta based, and so all that kind of molds your lifestyle to where you are today, having worked with like really great creatives.
yeah, yeah. I was saying with our guest before, Don Purcell, who owns the jewelry store, that, when I first moved to Atlanta, I was just trying to navigate the city because from an outsider coming into Atlanta, it feels more like there's a little bit of pulse in certain parts of town. But back then it felt a little bit like LA, sort of sprawling out, lots of strip malls, and I couldn't really like find my tribe. And through getting to know business owners, which, if I went into like Bungalow Classic and I got to know Courtney and Randy who own that store because I was buying furniture and I got to meet all these interesting people. This city is just filled with interesting people. And you're one of them. So you helped Kelly in Swoox, which was a resale interior store, which is really a brilliant idea.
It really is.
It's like the real, but for furniture, because we're always, anybody who's creative and loves design, you're always editing and moving and whatever. And
Fascinating business.
it's a fascinating business.
It was amazing while we were there. I just couldn't not do the art thing.
Well,
I
yeah.
kept forcing it into an art gallery, and it's like, okay, that's not the business model. So finally, I said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I just have to launch on my own because I was too enthralled with art. And then the furniture and stuff kind of went on the wayside. I wasn't interested, like, ooh, what piece is coming in today, or what artist is coming in to show us their body of work. So I was turning the business model into something that it wasn't, and it is a fabulous.
But art is important in interiors. It really, you can throw a lot of kind of very basic things in, but if you have, it can't go in reverse. I mean, I do go into homes in Atlanta that have, very nice aesthetic, but there's no good art. And I'm like, big mistake, this is a big expensive house. And then there's like not real art. And then sometimes you'll go into a home that, is kind of basic furniture or whatever, but just amazing art. And it just feels so rich and so special.
It's true. We've seen it all. I mean, Atlanta's a hybrid of styles, but I have seen people come in the best sneakers, the best cars, the best watches, and they've never purchased a fine art piece because I don't know why. They just didn't know or they were afraid. And so we deal with all sorts of buyers on a weekly basis, but I have noticed that someone could be decked out with the best everything, and then they're like, "Well, I don't know. I bought from Hobby Lobby." And I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, we gotta figure this out for you."
Yeah. Well,